From lightsabers to laser cannons, the Star Wars series is full of incredible tech that looks insanely fun to use. But the crazy thing is, a lot of stuff in the Star Wars series is no longer science fiction. Hey, what's up everyone, CTNtechnologynews here, and in this video I'm counting down the best Star Wars technology that actually exists in real life. So one thing that appears throughout pretty much the entire Star Wars franchise is laser cannons. These energy-powered artillery are much more powerful than blasters of the same size, and they're used by both the Rebel Alliance and the Empire for some really cool space battles. But if you think that laser cannons are just something for Star Wars movies, you're definitely mistaken. In 2013, the US Navy tested out a warship-mounted laser cannon and successfully used it to destroy drones and smaller boats. The first of these laser weapons was deployed on the USS Punt in early 2014, and I'm expecting they'll probably be using laser technology more and more in the future. Now unfortunately, there is no pew pew sound effect, and unlike in the movies, the weapon doesn't fling out a laser bullet that a starship could actually dodge, because in real life light travels at the speed of light, but it actually is a really effective weapon, and I'm really excited as to what this could do. But speaking of really effective technology, in The Empire Strikes Back, the Empire sent a probe droid to Hoth to scour the icy planet in search of rebel scum, and the drone was able to autonomously float along the planet's surface and scan for life, while looking sort of creepy and insect-like at the same time. Now we don't have anything that looks exactly like this just yet, but there are actually people working on creating a real-world probe droid. A couple of years ago, the MLB company developed an unmanned aerial vehicle dubbed the VBAT, which was basically capable of floating around with a 5-pound payload for up to 10 hours. Now if you think that isn't cool enough, DARPA actually took a look at the VBAT and decided what it really needed was the ability to act autonomously, and also a clawed arm. Using its vision cameras, the VBAT is now able to successfully judge the distance to its target, approach the target, clamp on its payload, and retreat, all without any human direction. Maybe it's just me, but a robot with the ability to glide through the air on its own and grab something while hovering sounds just as impressive as any old Imperial tracking drone. But anyways, that brings me to the next thing in this video, which are the remotes from the original Star Wars movie A New Hope. In Star Wars, remotes aren't something you use to mute your holographic space TV, they're basically little spherical droids that float around and carry out whatever tasks are required of them. Now back in 2000, an MIT engineering professor called David Miller actually showed his students the scene where Luke trains with a remote and told them, "I want you to build me some of those." And with backup from NASA and the Department of Defense, they've actually done just that. Today, the SPHERES program, which stands for Synchronized Position Hold, Engage, Reorient Experimental Satellites, are designed to carry out general tasks in a zero-gravity environment, the idea that they'll be serving as Mission Control's proxy presence aboard the spacecraft. Today, there are actually 3 of these adorable little smartphone-powered droids hanging out on the International Space Station. Although these early models don't come with lasers, they do come equipped with tiny gas cylinders and also ridiculously complex algorithms that allow them to efficiently navigate through their weightless environments, all while orbiting around the Earth. But if you think that's cool, the last big technology that's been brought over from Star Wars to real life is the idea of a prosthetic limb that can actually feel stuff. In the original Star Wars trilogy, Luke duels Darth Vader at Cloud City, and he actually loses a hand during the fight. Later on, when Luke is picked up by a rebel spaceship, he gets fitted with a prosthetic hand, and one of the most interesting moments is when a droid is actually testing the new prosthetic limb by poking it, and Luke twitches as a result. This idea of feeling through an artificial construction seems absolutely crazy, but it could actually exist soon. Another project that DARPA is working on is the Reliable Neural Interface Technology program, which is basically a way of plugging prosthetic interfaces directly into recipients' nerves to, quote, control prosthetics and to provide direct sensory feedback. In other words, they're trying to create a prosthetic arm that you can use in exactly the same way as you would an old-fashioned flesh and bone model, and it's not a one-way street either, because the interface allows you to feel with it too. DARPA is literally trying to bring this Star Wars technology out of the movies and into real life, and it would be absolutely amazing if they got it to work. But with that said, let me know which Star Wars technology you wish existed in real life in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.